Hey, hey, hey! It's not Fat Albert. It's Melanie Hinds, your faith and financial person. Did you hear the sirens go on? I figured it might be a good time to... My husband's doing a lost person scenario study session right now. He gets out at 7. So I got a little bit of time. Apologize for anybody if I didn't get back to you yet. I had a busy day. I'm sure you did too. It's 5:13. I figured since we're not having dinner for a while... I've got a lot of financial ninja management courses sessions coming up, guys, because things are getting crazy. It's just craziness. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go straight to Intel. I haven't done an Intel video in a while, so I'm going to try this. We'll see if it loads, right? I figured my live ones, they keep and you can't make it out when I get to the Intel, so I'm just going to do this because it's the afternoon. It's after 5. I'm figuring something must have come in by now, right? We know it's our time. God is saying the time is now. So I'm going to start with a summary. I'm not going to call it what it is. Summary. So we're all waiting, right, for the perfect time. Again, God is confirming to me that it's now. So it says, your source is interesting and dried up, but what I have to bring tonight is important. First, we are looking at the previous programs from September 15th. The time of Nasara and Jassara was announced. 2 days to go. So here is the scenario to support that worldwide 209 must have assets supported on or before midnight, 9 a.m. or before the 15th. Thursday is the window where all these coins are supposed to go live. That's positive. Just that one piece is one of the things that are part of Jassara, a world thing, and we should all be asset backed and somewhat gold backed. Iraq has brought to light the new dinar and the use and exchange of Iraqi dinars in the Middle East, and the new term, the golden dinar, the reference currency for the M-E, okay, as recognized as it is strong. And deposits have been made in Iranian banks. What we understand is that these confirmations were exchanged via T4A in continental Europe and ME and FE from Sunday, Monday, and today. Obviously, the banks were closed due to the death of the Queen, but we don't know if the banks will reopen on Tuesday or not. But we are hearing that American banks went bankrupt last week and had to restructure under the Restored Republic and reorganize with the paperwork done that we are now. Most bondholders still don't have access to their 1%, but they're thinking about tomorrow or Thursday, and I think this is significant because of Nasara and Jassara. It doesn't mean we're absolutely there, but it looks like they're trying our notifications and exchanges any day. So, what does that mean? Schedules for our trades and Zim redemptions were sent out to all RCs at 5 p.m. yesterday afternoon, but they can't open those times until Wells sends a code to open them. So we're going to have to see when it releases and you get that code, and they don't want us to know, but they have them. So it's one more thing, the release of those codes, and most of them will be for 12 days straight. That's according to Bruce. Will there be 12 days of disclosure along with our trades? And yes, I think it's not 12 days of darkness, but these are 12 days of trades and disclosure. And the only thing we need is we'll get a notification. It's really up to us to start next. And that's really all we can bring you. Bruce went on to talk about Sue and also thank the entire team and also everyone listening around the world and, of course, prayed for the call. So that's good. Then Mark Z. Today, which I heard there were hot disclosures. When I was doing my live, somebody got on and said Mark was blow your mind, good intel. So I figured I'll bring you that. Obviously, it's all opinion. Sorry, but on the RV front, it's very much nothing burger today, but lots happening on the real news front. We will concentrate on that today. The news is giving us clear indicators that the necessity is now for a reset. Not weeks from now, not months from now, not years from now, but days at the most. Question was asked by one of the members, have you heard of anybody that has money in hand yet? Mark Z said, no, not yet, but the news all over the world is pointing to this happening at any moment, but there is very little to nothing coming out of Iraq in redemption centers and redemption cities this morning. And a member was quoted as saying, Isaac has 2 bank meetings today. Mark Z, Australian share market loses nearly 60 billion on open. It wiped out a big 58 billion worth of value from the markets. We do know that, you know, the stock market here had a 1,200 point drop. Wow, Australian market plunged. We are watching it roll from east to west. The financial system has to break to be fixed. Cue in the reset. Russian bonds are back on the market for a week as sanctions are temporarily lifted. Investors have already put in bids for over $1 billion in debt. This is Goldman Sachs that are tanking everywhere else in the world, and they are rolling the dice that Russia is going to be very successful in the coming months. Aren't sanctions convenient? They need to look tough, but are willing to lift them when big investors need to make some money. Oh, our systems are so rigged. It's ridiculous. This is all over the world. It's not just here. This is an enormous story. Germany weighs nationalizing Uniper as energy crisis worsens. This is really third world nation kind of stuff going on now, guys. A member was sharing from Dinar Guru Mountain Goat. So as foreign investors in the Iraqi dinar, we sit and we wait to see what happens in the conclusion of this ongoing election saga. So you can clearly see that it is Nouri al-Maliki who is keeping the issue of the president and the prime minister unresolved. He is the key to settling this election. He is the bottleneck. The World Bank tells us it is ready to support the reforms as in the white paper. We know what this means, but Iraq needs a government to move ahead. MZ, I agree he has been a bottleneck, but believe he will be meeting his maker very soon. People are thinking the Queen's death is part of the trigger. One leg of a triangle, financial, religious, military, one down, two to go. Some are saying there's an event the day before my birthday is September 12th, type event, or on the 24th. Which is the beginning of Rosh Hashanah, market crash and release of the rainbow currency. Nasara on the 24th and complete debt jubilee. September is the end of the government fiscal year, so in my opinion, they will reset the finances on September 24th. Mark Z is saying, I'm still very cautious about what they may have planned for the 24th. One of you guys made a good point. If they are going to pull the trigger, they have to do it before whatever date they are signaling to us. This makes me feel awfully comfortable for the next few days. There seems to be a lot of world leaders pushing for that date, but what do they have planned? One from Germany said, we will remember it forever. People are saying it's their Jassara, the date. Bruce and Wolvies actually agreed last night, so that is intel in itself, LOL. C. Ward says, we are in a 12-round boxing match with less than 2 minutes or less left. False flag by an organization we're very aware of, starts with a C, ends with an L, supposed to be a nuclear event today, possibly Nasara Jassara announcement on 9/15, which is tomorrow. That's good news. And then the sun comes out, just as I say this. Breaks through the clouds, right? We're going to see a miracle, guys. I can feel it. Don't you feel it? I feel it. I've been celebrating with my birthday, also celebrating the RVGCR. If you watch my live, I showed you a snippet of my video where I was making a wish over my birthday candles. And I say, I wish for the RVGCR. My husband goes, you can't say your wish out loud, but I think I've been pretty specifically with God that that's my wish. And plus, when you're a kid of God, you can just ask for it and expect to receive it, right? Ask, believe, receive. That's how God's kingdom works. That's how you manifest your prayers. Member wrote, a friend said her bank, Bank of America, is short employees. She thought it was after, the Cerveza. And they said, I told her, no, it's because your bank is bankrupt. I need to meet that member. That member would like my channel, probably. Many banks are closing branches and are emerging. I believe it's all part of the reset. I'm rubbing Roxy while I'm doing this. She's sitting here just getting some mommy love. She helps reduce my blood pressure. See, look. And I think I help hers. She thinks she's a lap dog. Just a little bit of doggy break, right? It's good for me. Hopefully it's good for you. After the RV, when you go to a bank, remember a discretionary account means a bank can invest your money without your permission. A non-discretionary account means they have to get your permission. Good information. Just finished listening to Julie Green's prophetic word. A lot is going to happen. The DS is going down. You know what that means, right? Think deep south, but include where you live. The geography of where you live. This is the most bizarre time in history. I'm so glad we're all alive to experience. No matter how stressful, we'll get through it with faith. Amen. Remember, it could happen subtly. Mark Z said, that may be an understatement. With so much going on, we are watching it all play out. It is a good time to be alive, guys. When you focus on the fact that God has chosen you for such a time as this, it's all good. There's a translation in Spanish. I'm going to go down. I don't read Spanish, do you? Here's another one. I don't know who this is by. This says Status of RV by Dinar, Iraq, and Dong, Vietnam. This is both Iraq, Dinar, and Dong. So listen up. So as foreign investors in the Iraqi dinar, we sit and we wait to see what happens in the conclusion of this ongoing saga. If you have been reading the articles all along, you can clearly see that it is Nouri al-Maliki who's keeping the issue unresolved. He is the key to settling. Now let's turn to the prophets. What did they say about al-Maliki? I pray to God that they will expose the corruption in Iraq and that corrupt leaders will fall, and not only fall, but pay the price for their crimes too, no matter how high up in politics and government party they reside. Amen. I pray that too for everywhere around the world. Pray for world peace. God has not yet specifically talked about this corruption in prophetic word, but we can see him working through the Sadrist movement. Sadr has told the citizens they need to group and protest beginning October 1st, and that Iraq will see yet the worst protests yet experienced in Iraq. The UN says that unless Iraq can form their government before October 4th, they will step in and create and get directly involved. This, of course, is just what the globalists want, as the Sadrist movement did not want Iraq to be controlled by a one-world government, and neither do we. As you know, Maliki is their puppet, not only for Iran, but for the crooked globalists too. So he conspires to hold up the elections long enough to make it appear that it is normal political standoff, but in actuality it's a standoff and choice between the country being run by the globalists as a puppet state or the citizens through the elections. The World Bank tells us it is ready to support the reforms as in the white paper. We know what that means, but Iraq needs a government to move ahead. When it is passed the new parliament, this event will be coordinated closely with the project to delete the zeros and then reinstatement. It will all happen seamlessly together, and you won't even notice as you will be too busy looking at the projects to delete the zero progress. The hottest news is the death of the Queen. This global agenda does not want us to have the wealth transfer. They need a broken society with crisis after crisis. Can't you see what these operatives in the U.S. Are doing to you? It's all intentional. They mask it through deception, They must try to morally or legally justify somehow what they are doing to bring about these crises, as they do not yet have full and unchallengeable power and control. I can't read any more of that. Can't bring that up either. They're talking about what happened 2 summers ago when they said it was all peaceful and there was all this stuff, and it obviously wasn't. But if you can't see that, then you're blind. I'm not going to talk about all this. That stuff will. Remember to give, this is what I can talk about. Remember to give God the Almighty his glory, honor, and praise for resurrecting our nation and exposing and disposing of the corruption in our nation and around the world. When we see the breakthrough in the U.S., we will also see the breakthrough in Iraq in the movement to the January 23rd reinstatement. It's all interconnected. Now, they're saying January 2023. I don't think it's going to take that long. Why? Because God is telling me now for the last month. I can go to my notes. It's all been now. So I don't believe it's going to take that long. I just don't. So this is now 14 minutes and 40 seconds. I just want you to know that my prayers are there. I believe it's now. I hope you enjoyed this update. Please comment down below, 777, if you're feeling blessed. I will leave my donation links down below if you'd like to donate to this channel, because this has not been easy. My compensation tends to get cut the more views I have and the more subscribers I have. My compensation per the YouTube goes down. So any support would be welcomed. I love you. I'm praying for every single one of you to see 100 to 1,000-fold for all your donations, and that includes prayers. And thank you for all those people who have recently purchased the Reload products, because I know you will feel better than you ever would without them. And thank you to all my new gel customers. Thank you to those who have donated towards this cause, to helping bring you truth facts with optimism daily. And I will see you again live in the morning at whatever time that is the case, right? So my prayers are up there for you. God bless you. We'll see how long this takes to load. God bless. Bye.